Previously on Automotive Tales. I'll be more smitten when I've fixed some of the annoying things like that loud road noise and the clock. For some reason, digital clocks that don't work on a dashboard where the LCD screen has failed really annoys me. So hopefully I can do a few deferred maintenance items like... try and do the first repairs on the mighty Mazda. So first thing we're going to do is replace these boot struts, which while the boot is staying open, it's mainly because it's lovely and warm, as you can see, blue sky today. As soon as it gets cold in the evening, this does not stay up. It's dangerous. And if I just move it even the slightest, oh, there it goes. Very, very quickly down. Yeah. So, we get screwdriver in there, pop these clips out and get that swapped over. More little cool things on the Mazda. Check this out. The spoiler is actually a proper Mazda branded, not a Ford branded one. And it was made by Zender for Mazda. How cool is that? So keeping budget in mind, I'm going to try and refresh the wiper blades rather than replacing them. So I bought this little Nielsen tool a while ago, and I've yet to actually try it because you can generally get replacement wipers for so cheap. But here's a good excuse. So essentially what it is, it's a set of channels. I don't know whether I can line it up to the camera so that you can actually see through it, just about, of different depths, with a little Stanley blade running in the middle of it. And the idea is you simply run it down the wiper blade, it takes a slither off, and you have a nice fresh blade, which feels like a bit of a bodge, but actually, if it avoids sending one of these to landfill with its bit of rubber on it, and it lasts that bit longer, then why not? So, I'm going to have a go. So let's get the driver's wiper arm off, or wiper arm up, wiper blade off, and see how we get on. So the first thing we need to do is clean the rubber here. So I've got some soapy water. Best thing to use is your wife's new kitchen sponge, because that always goes down well. Get all the dirt off there, then it's ready to cut. Okay, rubber is nice and clean. The important thing is it doesn't look too perished, so this should work. So I'm going to get the cutter and slice myself a new blade. Filthy. Voila. So you can see the tiny little slither that it takes off. I mean, it's like properly tiny. It's interesting to note there's two channels. So there's a slightly shallower channel for doing a second cut, and there is, you can just about make out on there, a little arrow telling you which direction to pull it. So, just like that, we should hopefully have nice fresh wipers. Actually works. Miracle. Right, so I have an evening free, so I'm going to try and change the little gasket here so that I can then clean this up and stop this leaking around here. So I think the first thing to do is get this little clip off here, remove this and the pipes for that. I'm going to try and leave these in because I don't want to pull them off and get them out of order, and then try and get to the two bolts at the back and the two at the front, and then it looks like it's just clips away. Okay, well, that is the rocker cover off. You can see the gasket is looking a little bit worse for wear. It's a bit crusty, so good job we took it off to replace it. It's also a bit dirty in here, so I think I'm going to completely strip it back. It will lose a little bit of originality not having this on, but I'm going to peel it off because it's already coming off anyway. Clean it right back to the bare metal using the rotating wire brush, and then give it a quick paint, clean it all up inside, put the new gasket on, and put it back on the car. It should look nice and smart. Makes a bit of a difference, doesn't it? Nice and clean. Now I've got to degrease it and then get it ready for primer and paint, which I need to do pretty quickly because I realised it's going dark outside and I need to put that on before I drive that home. Right, so this is now all clean, ready to go. We've degreased it with a bit of thinners, and then this is straight to metal high temperature aluminium paint. So this will look nice and shiny and silver, and doesn't need any primer. So yeah, it'll be good to go. So I can get 1 or 2 coats on and then get it back on the car and go home. So you'll have to excuse the rather loud bird song, but you will notice it's light and I'm not at the workshop. So we ran out of time and light last night, but I managed to get the rocker cover back on. You see it's nice and clean and shiny, and the drive home was actually a good opportunity to bake it, put some heat in it. So it needs to go through a heat cycle before the paint sets and cures. So hopefully that's all good to go. That looks a lot better now, rather than the flaky stickers on top and the flaky paint around the side. Very good. Next time, Automotive Tales. Ah, that was easy. Found it! I mean, literally straight away that's better. Oh, so much more satisfying. And then